Hello, and you are listening to the second episode of Questboard, where we will make any random quest from a job posting board. My name is Brandon.
And my name's Tiffany.
And like I just said, we have a list of job postings that you'll find at Random Tavern. We're gonna roll to see which one we have, and we're gonna make a complete storyline out of it to toss into any campaign. Of course, that involves a disclaimer, Tiffany.
We are not professional writers in any way, shape, or form. At least we don't claim to be. We just like tabletop RPGs, and we do this for fun.
And we're stupid. Also, we're stupid.
Oh, that's the best part.
Okay, let's see what job posting we have. Roll dice.
62.
62. Paper, work with me. 62. Oh, this sounds interesting from the get-go. It's a long one.
Oh boy.
Yes. Starts off, what up? We're three cool guys who are looking for other cool guys who want to hang out in our party mansion. Nothing sexual. Dudes in good shape encouraged. If you're fat, you should be able to find humor in the little things. Again, nothing sexual.
Wink, wink.
Okay. I feel like this is my first thought.
Oh man.
This is my first thought. You could say no. This sounds like they're vampires.
Oh, I love it.
It sounds like we're not doing sexual things because technically they're telling the truth because they just want to like have a blood feed and they don't like fat people because they probably taste different.
I mean, yeah,
it's like the cholesterol's in the blood and all that stuff is like it probably tastes horrible for them.
I mean, some people like the flavor of fat, some people don't. It's,
That says if you're fat, you should be able to find humor in little things.
Yeah. Okay, I like the vampire. I like the vampire shtick, and they're...
That was my first thought.
What do they call it? Party mansion?
They said, looking for other cool guys who want to hang out in our party mansion. Nothing sexual.
They specifically looking for guys, or are girls allowed too?
Dudes in good shape encouraged.
Okay, so 3 gay vampires.
Okay, I've actually had this thought. Weird tangent. I've actually had this thought of like if vampires were real, would blood type taste different to them? And would like the diet of a person also taste different? Like their blood would taste different?
Okay, well, here's my input on that. Mosquitoes are most commonly drawn to people with O-type blood. Like me.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just like that is their preference. Like maybe male blood tastes different than female blood to these vampires, and so they're like, we know what we like. We have a taste for male blood.
Palate. Yeah. They want this, that specifically. All 3 of them follow that same...
If you have like a little fatty taste to your blood, it's like, but we'll kind of go with it.
It's like, it's not their favorite flavor, so they'd rather not.
We rather have dinner before dessert. That's good.
Man, that really limits the party. Like, your party could be...
Oh no! What happens if like
things?
What happens if like if the party is like has a couple females in it and they just you're not allowed in and they just invite the rest of the actual males?
Yeah, we don't want to split the party like that.
Yeah, but they'll create like funny hijinks that you would see in like shows or movies.
Oh, like the girls trying to
investigate and the guys are like goes in and then like they get through the awkward situation of like, oh, this is a turning point where they're like, oh crap, you're a vampire. And then the girls are bummed out because they weren't like they couldn't be let in.
But what if the girls do disguise themselves as dudes just wanting to hang out and have fun? and they get in there, and the
And then
vampires.
there'll be the awkward situation where when they come in, there's like one of the guy party members has his like neck pried open, like the vampire's about to bite into it.
Or here's a fun thought: what if the vampires are allergic to women?
How does
And
that
so,
work?
I mean, I don't know. It could happen. They're allergic to something that's in female blood but is not in male blood. I don't know. But like, so they have this weird allergy.
This
They
is
can't-
fantasy. I'm
Yeah.
sure that there could be a possibility that happens.
right? Yeah, yeah. So just female blood won't do it. But the women of the party disguise themselves as men. They go in. One of them gets bit. Well, there goes your vampire.
I think okay, to like help with like either that doesn't like the taste of women's blood or just is like allergic to it. Maybe it's estrogen.
Oh yeah, that's
That is
definitely
then
common with
they
women.
maybe these male vampires need testosterone from the male's blood, and that's why they want males. Maybe they're like
Yeah, specifically, it could be estrogen because then trans people would be able to get in there too. Because like, if someone is trans female, they'll have a lot of estrogen floating around in their system too.
maybe their goal was to get testosterone because maybe they're trying to like get higher ranks up and be like the alpha and vampires or something like that.
Yeah, and they have to go either one way or the other, so they need more testosterone.
Yeah,
That's
they
what we're
believe
aiming
that
for.
like maybe it's like either urban legend or it's actually legitimate, but it's just like consuming blood with testosterone and then makes you more aggressive and stronger and all that stuff.
Right. And then since they've only consumed testosterone-laced blood, any amount of estrogen is enough to
It throws their
just
body
knock
out of
them out.
whack.
Like
It's-
it, yes. They
Yeah, it's
have
like
bad reactions.
it's like when a vegan like eats like meat or like a beef broth or something like that, and their body like really reacts to it, and they feel sick.
Right, because they just haven't had it for so
Yeah,
long. What
just
is
like
this
that.
foreign thing?
Okay, we got something here. We got something here.
Yeah. So
We
we've
have
got
the
some-
motivation and why they only want guys.
Yes, vampires addicted to testosterone.
Or no, it's them like pumping up. It's like them taking like
Yeah.
protein powder and steroids.
Yeah. And they don't like the flavor of fat. Oh my gosh, these are some serious dude bros.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh,
Do you think
okay,
their
one of them-
mansion? Do you think their mansion has its own gym, even in a fantasy setting?
Every room is a gym. What are you talking about?
They all talk like gym pros.
One of them is named Chad.
Okay, the leader is Chad.
Yeah. Chad's in
well,
charge.
Okay, the Chad's in charge. No, Charles is in charge. That's a
No.
reference to an old show. Okay, so it's Chad. What are the other two names?
Brody.
God, Brody.
Yeah, Chad, Brody, and Lance.
Okay, Lance is actually like a gym like bro kind of name. No offense to any Lance out there.
No, I think Lance is a cool name actually. But it does gives I don't know, it has power to it.
It has a frat boy name.
Yeah. That's
It's a
kind of what
it's a
I'm going
frat
for.
boy name.
Brody has more frat boy power to me.
No,
than
Brody
Lance does.
screams, "My parents were in the frat, and they want me to be in."
Oh yeah, so Brody's just kind of going along with it.
Yeah, maybe like maybe Brody's like, I didn't want to be in this group, but my dad is pressuring me.
Yeah, my dad, this super.
I play football only because my dad wants me to play football. I really don't care for the sport.
What if Brody is an emo bodybuilder? He's just like, I'm just here because they want me to be here.
Not like maybe Brody's the only non-bodybuilder, and he's just going with the flow with the other two.
Yeah, because he's just trying to be powerful like his parents want him to be, and this is one way to do it, and it's
His
easier.
dad tried to be an alpha vampire or a vampire lord or whatever, but he failed, and so then he's pushing his dreams onto his son.
Oh man, that's a whole can of worms there.
Okay, so Brody is like very much like maybe he's the very timid one, where he's very much not outspoken and all that stuff.
Yeah, and
He
Chad
kind of
Lance
dresses
is
like the other guys, but he's like he really doesn't put his heart into anything the group does.
like he wears the clothes wear him. He doesn't wear the clothes.
Exactly. I love how we're so focused on this and not like what is actually going to happen.
Okay. So, 3 dudes want to have a dude party in a mansion. That's
3 dudes, 1 cup. Yes.
3 dudes, 1 mansion.
This is the
Party of the
X-rated
century.
episode of Questboard.
Let's not go that far. So, 3 dudes, 1 mansion, party of the century. Yeah, so the players show up. Maybe since it says no girls, maybe the female characters are all like, okay, so we cross dress.
Yeah, they could pull
And
Cloud
guys.
Strife.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, totally pull a reverse Cloud Strife.
there we go.
And like
Oh, yeah.
just have the lie check or like the them rolling for like insight or like perception.
Yeah,
Like
except
be real like a low bar to clear.
yeah, it's super easy to convince them that you're a fellow dude.
Oh, what if we make them like somewhat like desperate and that's why it's low bar? Like no one's ever answered this posting.
It's
it
the first
sounds-
time it actually worked.
It sounds shady as
It
hell.
does. It really does.
And so I don't even know if the party will actually go with this.
I mean,
I don't
it's fair. It can happen.
I don't
Here's your
see
possibility.
any party, like sensible party, be like, let's do it. Unless they're like,
I mean, if you've got a party full of dude bros,
well,
party of the
no.
century, man.
There's only 2 kind of parties that will join this, like, do this quest. One that will just like, I pity the game master, and I'm just gonna go along with it because they
Yeah.
prep this. Or 2, it's the mischievous thing where they're like, this sounds stupid. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only 2 parties I could see actually doing this, like answering this posting. Because it starts off with "What up?" ?
Yeah, that's the best way to start.
And then
your top list.
re-emphasize that's nothing sexual.
Didn't they say it like multiple times?
They said twice. They said like,
Yeah.
"Oh, hang out in our party mansion." Period. Nothing sexual. Period.
Why-
Dudes in good shape are encouraged. If you're fat, you should be able to find humor in little things. Period. Again, nothing sexual.
There's your double negative. I mean, that means a positive. Therefore, something sexual's gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
that's how the English language works.
Totally is. Yeah.
Where it's 2 separate sentences that's separated by a complete sentence.
It could happen.
Sure.
Right. We can let
Tabletop
the game
RPGs
master
where
decide
English
that
goes
one.
to die.
Yeah, it usually does.
Actually, that is a fair point.
But we are not English professors, so who cares?
Oh no, I didn't get a bachelor's degree in English. I
You
hated
did?
that.
Okay.
I did not. No, God no. I feel like I should because I think I would like better be a better game master to do explanation if I actually did get an English degree.
Yeah, like all the times I forget a word and then I just sit there waiting for it to come to me and it never does.
Yeah, and you feel like an idiot.
Yep,
Yeah.
that happens. And that will happen on this podcast. Repeatedly. I'm sorry. So we have our premise. We have exactly why this group of dudes wants more dudes in their mansion.
So, do you think though? Okay, so is it going to be like, are they gonna actually have a party, or are they gonna just like lead them to a trapdoor and like raincore pit it?
It could start with a party. Maybe they like the taste of alcohol-infused blood.
Or oh wait, no. I feel like if we're gonna go with that whole like gym pro thing, they probably won't drink alcohol, and they don't want the party to drink alcohol because that affects their blood when they drink it.
Maybe
It's like a Hansel and Gretel kind of thing,
yeah.
where the witch is like, I want to like control what goes into your body because I'm gonna be consuming that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Beer
like,
doesn't taste good.
Yeah. Uh,
They could start
all
off
they
with a
want
round
is
of
hang
protein
out.
shake.
Okay, what happens if they're like, they just want adventurers? Like they could claim it's like, we just want adventurers who are strong and everything like that to help us with our workout, and then they encourage them to like eat like raw meat, or like not raw meat, but like just like protein meats, and like consume
Yeah,
all that
like
stuff and get
bulk
them
up.
working out.
It's a good workout sesh. They get the blood pumping.
And you get to, yeah, you get to role play a workout session.
Oh man, you could like roll to see how much you can lift or how cool you look doing it.
Okay, that's all improv on the game master, because I don't
Yeah,
even
that'll
know
be.
how to work that. But okay, you have a workout montage.
Oh man, I can imagine the like super epic music playing and
Oh, it's gonna be like 80s music.
oh yeah,
It's gonna be like that 80s like pumped up music.
hair metal. Is that what it was
Oh,
called?
I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't fully like extract it from my memory.
Right. Anyway, that genre. Imagine that.
Okay.
Sure.
So then like, do we say like, okay, have the party roll like constitution, like saving throws or constitution checks, and if they fail they get like a level exhaustion or something like that. They're trying to like make them tired while having all this testosterone and all that stuff, so that it's easier to jump them, to suck their blood.
So an exercise-induced power nap.
Not power nap, but just exhaustion.
Yeah. I
And so
mean, if
it's
I'm
like,
exhausted, I'd take a power nap.
it's like prepping the blood before you, and it makes getting the blood easier. That is their motive.
Yeah, that's a good motive. Like they got to make sure this is top notch, the best blood they could get. That's why they asked for adventurers, because adventurers live on adrenaline. That's what they do every day.
Oh yeah. Okay, so let's say they're after the testosterone in the blood, right? That's
Yeah,
their long-term goal. That's their protein shake.
right.
But let's say that adrenaline in the blood gets them a little high.
Oh yeah, the adrenaline is what they're addicted to.
like
So they
like
can't just have any blood.
well, no, we were saying they want male blood, but it's like
Yeah,
the adrenaline is this like a nice side effect. It's like,
maybe it's a good flavor.
it's maybe it's a good flavor. I always think it's like alcohol to them.
Yeah, I could see that. The adrenaline is the alcohol.
or
That's what
or
they want.
or like their drug makes them a little they high or something like that, either drunk or
Right.
high.
But fear-laced adrenaline doesn't work as well. So they got to make
Maybe it's
this.
a different flavor.
Yeah, it's like it's a bad flavor. It's a bad.
It causes a bad trip.
Yeah. So they want the adrenaline-laced blood, but it can't be adrenaline from fear. It has to be adrenaline from the other things that cause adrenaline, like exercising.
This is so stupid.
Oh, I love it. I love it. This is a great
Oh
reason
god.
to lure people into a mansion. Is okay. Is the mansion trapped in any way? Like,
That's what I was wondering. Is it just like them like doing a gym, trying to get them exhausted, so then a fight ensues? Basically, of them doing it, but then that's like, it's very quick. That will be a very quick quest.
I mean, some quests can be super short.
Yes, I already think it's really funny.
Hmm.
Okay, so we have like the gym to be in like the basement of this mansion.
I did mention earlier, every room is a gym. Wherever they end up, that's the gym. Dining room, ha, gym.
Should we have that like, okay, like let's say it's Chad's mansion, or should we say it's Chad's parents' mansion?
Oh, it's totally Chad's parents' mansion.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just out, like they're gone, probably like on a 1,000-year jaunt or something, and they left the mansion to Chad. He brought over his homies, and they're trying to get the good stuff. And this is the plot they came up with.
The dumbest plot, or like dumbest idea ever, because they hardly get anyone.
I mean, I didn't say they were smart.
No, yeah, and like their intelligence is their dumb stuff.
Yeah, that's gonna be their like. That's how you beat them.
They
You
talk like
outsmart them.
Keanu Reeves in Bill and Ted
Oh,
versus the Universe.
yes.
They
Oh
talk like
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah. Every single. Well, maybe not Brody as much.
No, he's like you could tell like he has like a voice that he's clearly faking it.
Yeah, just he's coming on a little too strong with the oh yeah, I'm a dude, bro. Yeah, totally.
God.
Sorry.
Okay, so
I like
every
that one.
if we're gonna have every room be a gym,
It doesn't have to be. I just thought it would be hilarious if there was some sort of gym equipment in every room. But now thinking like if this is Chad's parents'
because
house,
I was thinking this sounds sketchy as heck,
well,
right?
that's true.
So I was thinking like, okay, it sounds sketchy, so then they go for it,
Right.
and so then they answer the door, and there's these just buff guys and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And let's say
super
they're
muscle,
like
in your face.
they're just like skin tight shirt or anything like that, because this is like fantasy version of like workout clothes.
Yeah, fantasy version. So sleeves are cut off.
Oh yeah,
ripped
sleeveless.
Off, actually.
Yeah, but they're like, okay, oh yeah, we're gonna hang out. Yeah, we're gonna hang out in the basement. Like
Right.
it already sounds sketchy, and then they're like, let's go to the basement. So
Yeah,
that
like,
even
that's where
sounds
the party
more
is.
sketchy.
Oh yeah.
And then,
That
like,
is
if they ever decide to like continue down there, that's when they'll do that, and then light some torches, and then it just shows a bunch of gym equipment,
Yeah.
and then they'll be like,
Lights
the
come
party,
on.
the
Ultimate
dramatic
gym.
reveal that would be explained by the game master. Just like as the lights come on, you just see a bench press, some iron dumbbells.
Insert other gym equipment
I
here.
don't go
because
to the
don't-
gym.
I don't either. I'm a wimpy nerd.
Punching bag or whatever.
Oh yeah, I could really use one of those sometimes.
But I think it'll be just like super funny because the party will be like, this is sketchy, this is sketchy, this is sketchy. And then it's just like, why is there gym equipment? It's like, we just want to hang out and work out. You're a fellow adventurers, you're super strong. We just want like tips and like technique on how to work out and get stronger.
And if the players do go along with it, if they do work out with the vampires, the dudes, maybe they could get some bonuses out of it. Maybe some of their stats could be upped a little from this if they truly commit and get really good rolls. Like, you know, an actual benefit to this
Yeah, they get like
insane mission.
they get like 1 point bump on their like strength or whatever.
Yeah, their strength goes up by 1 or...
But then they still have to do that constitution like check or anything like that to see if they become exhausted
Right, so
after
there
the
is
workout.
payoff to trying, like, to, what's that word? Come to me. Taking that chance, like,
Rolling the dice, you would say.
oh my gosh, you're right, that is a phrase. I hate that you're right. So yeah, they are given this option. If you work out, you could boost a stat, probably strength.
It'll probably only be strength.
Yes, and only once because you don't want to make them too strong.
No, it'll be like at the end of the session, like this workout session, not the
Right.
playing session, but at the end of the workout session, then it's like roll to see if you gain that strength. And
Right.
you could gain it, but then it's like, okay, roll this constitution. You are now like exhausted.
And that is a super
You-
hard to beat check.
Yes, like, or you could say that the check is harder if you gain that strength.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
then it's like you worked out so hard that you got stronger, yes, but then that increases the chance that you're going to be exhausted because of it. If you didn't put that
be.
much work into it and didn't gain that strength, that means that you're less likely to be exhausted.
Would it be just one check though? If you get the strength, then you're exhausted, or you don't get the strength but you're not exhausted?
Oh, yeah, like a fair trade off kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's one check. That's all you gotta do. You work out. If you get stronger, good job, you got stronger. Now you're exhausted.
Okay, yeah, I think that would be fair.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to make them do like multiple checks and have to like figure out all the odds here and there back and forth. I mean, you got stronger, you're exhausted. I'm exhausted after I
Okay,
work out, and I don't do that very much.
I get exhausted and I don't get stronger.
I get exhausted walking upstairs.
Me too.
Yeah, it's so sad. I listen to us sad little nerds making our little podcast. Okay.
Talking about
so-
gym bros.
Because we know so much about gym
Bashing
bros.
on gym bros to be vampires who want after testosterone.
Okay, that's still a pretty cool premise, and you have to admit that. I think this is fun.
Anyways, after the workout, exhausted
So
or
you-
non-exhausted, what is how are they going to like quote unquote spring the trap?
What do people do after working out?
I don't know.
I know. It's like, I feel like there's like
They
an
hit the
after workout.
showers.
Okay, that can get pretty steamy. Let's not go there.
Hey, it says non-sexual twice.
That's the double negative. No.
Nothing sexual, Tiffany.
Is there such a thing as post-workout shakes? Like, I don't know.
I apologize to the people listening to this that's going to hear me type for a second.
Time to Google this. I'm
Because
look it
we
up
are
on
dumb.
a broad name search engine. Yeah, we don't work out. We don't know about working out. Why did we have to make this about working out?
For a muscle game? And this is the part where, I mean,
This is the part where we are looking things up because
I don't want dead air or anything like that. It says that you should replenish your fluid levels, improves muscle flexibility, builds strength, and prevents muscle soreness. Drink up to 18 ounces of water or healthy drinks,
Okay.
such as coconut water, green or black tea, and chocolate milk. You could choose a low sugar sports drink.
Yes, got to bring in them sports drinks.
And
Okay,
if any,
so
and if any, after 2 episodes of this podcast, if any sports drinks wants to sponsor us,
I mean, I'd drink it.
the Gatorade, the vampires could be drinking a Gatorade or a Powerade. Who knows?
Yeah. Or some fantasy named drink that you come up with.
That's based off a real company that sponsors us. Yes. Okay, let's say. Well, that's just encourages them to like, okay, this is when we drink your blood.
I mean, yeah, they could take you to the parlor for post-workout drinks.
And then like
That's
okay,
where they spin
then
the
you
trap.
do the whole like, okay, here's your drinks, and the party's like, oh, what about you? It's like, oh, we got our drinks. Wink.
Yeah.
And then they attack the party.
They roll for initiative. I don't know. Like, just it starts.
Fight happens. If
And
you
the vampires
if the game
are
master
not
if the game
not
master
exhausted.
wants, they could roll exhaustion for the vampires as well.
I was gonna say they're not exhausted, but because they do this all the time.
Well, no,
They're used-
I think I said like they were pretty like I suggested maybe if they're desperate because no one answers this.
That is true. They could also be exhausted, but even before the workout.
So you're saying like they're guaranteed exhausted after the workout?
Well, yeah, because they haven't had a drink in a while.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
We are throwing 3 vampires at the party here. That seems a little tough.
Yeah. And also, like, let's have a stipulation, like, if Broden is the last one alive, he backs out. It's like, hey, I didn't want to do this anyways, and just, like, I'm out.
It's Brody and heck
Brody.
yeah, I'm just giving you a hard time.
I'm sorry I didn't remember his name.
That's my job. No. So if he's the last one, he's like, don't take me down. I was just going along with them. They made me do this.
And then he tells his entire monologues, his entire backstory about how his father wants him to do this. He didn't want to do it.
You get the whole sad
He just
story.
wanted to be a poet.
Aww.
No, a dancer. a dancer. I think that's funnier. I just want to
And
be
then
a
he just starts
dancer.
dancing around.
It's like, really? What kind of dance? And then he does like a plie, like a ballerina kind of thing.
Oh,
like
yeah.
flawlessly. He's like, okay.
Yeah, it is like perfect.
And
It
then
is
it's just afterwards,
glorious
like,
and arcing.
afterwards, like, you don't tell my father.
Yeah. You're not going to tell anyone about that, right?
I'm still working on it. I feel like that pose that was a little bit off balance.
Yeah, no, my insert ballet term here was just not perfect.
Yeah, we don't work out. We don't do ballet.
What do we do?
We
play
play
games.
tabletop RPGs.
Okay, so we've got. That was
Yeah,
the end.
and all
really.
of that
Like,
was
you
in
take
the
out
same
vampires.
town because that would like the job posting would be in the same town.
Yeah, it would just be like a mansion on the edge of town.
Yeah, maybe a little bit run down. It's like that overgrown, like kind of vines kind of mansion.
Because they don't have servants. What human would work for a vampire long enough until they found out, like, oh my gosh, I'm working for a vampire? Like, no, they don't have. Well, maybe they have lesser vampires as servants, but then that would add more vampires to the
Yeah,
story.
but let's say that they're a weaker clan or house.
Right, so they don't have
That-
servants.
Yeah, and they're trying to build up, and that's why they need the testosterone.
And that's why the parents are out of town, because they're out schmoozing with stronger vampires.
Yeah, it's
trying
the
to...
politicalness. The parents are
strengthen
still the heads of the family.
Yeah, they're out politicking around.
Oh, if the party kills them off, then
Oh,
that can
shoot.
lead down to parents hunting
that-
the party down.
Ties into our next side quest. No. Of, like, yeah, if they do, like, off the vampires, then they've got a target on their backs. Like, if the parents find out who did it.
Oh, especially if Brody, like, the party lets Brody go away.
Oh, yeah.
Then it
Brody
could
gets
be like
open.
a future thing where it just like Brody like approaches the party, like, guys, I'm in trouble just as much as you.
Yeah.
They're kind of
Yeah,
hunting
he'll
us
just
right
show
now
up later and be like,
because
so...
you killed Chad, and his parents blame you for that, but they also blame me for letting him die. So we're both kind of going to die here.
Unless you kill them and save me. That would be a fun one. Like, he just hunts them down later because he knows who they are.
Well, he's very timid. So it would be like he just wants to run away. He probably doesn't have the idea to, oh, okay, they're trying to take us out, so we take them out first kind of mentality, probably.
Right.
He's very much like, you're adventurers, can you get us to a different continent?
Can you protect me?
Can you just like help me get a boat to cross the ocean?
Right, because they can't cross moving water on their own.
Well, that and he ran away with his family and he's dirt poor because his parents had the money.
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't have anything. He decided to run away and be a dancer.
No, that might be like, okay, if you do help him get away and all that stuff, and you ever go to that other continent, like the party ever does, way down the road, could be rumored like, oh, there's this new dancer, ballerina
Yeah,
dancer.
everyone's talking about him, and you go to the show, and there he is, prancing across the stage in all its glory. And it is spectacular. Like, he has gotten so much better.
Yeah, since it's like a fancy dance and all that stuff. We're not even talking about the main thing we're doing here.
No, we're totally sidetracking here. But we kind of got the whole thing figured out. You're invited to the mansion. You have your exercise party. You go into another room.
If the party has any women in it, then they will be initially kicked out. Either have to split the party, or
Do we really want to exclude half the party, possibly?
or have like the party, like the females just dress as males.
Yeah, like have them dress up as dudes. And like we said earlier, the check for that, super easy. These dudes just want to hang.
Also, if let's say the women like got in dressed as men and disguised as men, and after the workout and everything like that, if the vampire ever bites one of the women during the during the fight, then they just start throwing up.
Oh yeah, it's such a
Because it's like
adverse reaction.
it's because of the estrogen in the blood and all that stuff like we talked about.
Yeah,
So then
we're not
it,
used to it. They can't handle this.
yeah, and so then like that would be a hindrance on them if they accident, and then that's when like the vampires find out it's like, oh my god, this is a woman.
It's like, you're a chick? Oh man! I just lost so many gains. It could be like reversal, like at that point that could totally weaken that vampire and give the party advantage.
Well, yeah, that'll be like it's like a sickness kind of thing, throwing up and all that stuff. They'll either like get them to like be easier hit, or they like waste their turn because they're throwing up or anything like that. Woozy.
Right. So it's like the party almost wants the vampires to bite the women.
But then they don't know that because they never like they.
Yes, but
the only time that they find out is if a vampire ever bit a woman.
So that means if there is another woman in their party disguised as a man, let that person get bit by the other vampire, and then they're just barfing on the floor. And that could actually be a moment where you could choose to spare all three of them. Like, you don't have to kill them.
Oh, they'll probably kill them. They're going to view vampires as evil. Most likely, they're going to kill them.
I mean, there are some parties that wouldn't. Did I say parties? Suddenly I'm Irish.
It's a party of pirates.
Parties. But, like, some parties would want to talk their way out of this. I have been in campaigns where some of our players wanted to talk their way out of every situation instead of fight.
I gotta give that group kudos because not a lot of people do that.
It is so much harder to do.
Oh, I bet, but it's fun if you're into that kind of thing.
That's a more roleplay heavy. So at that point, the players could be given the option to talk their way out of this. And then, like, if they do, then okay, that ends there, and they don't have vampire parents hunting them because their kids are still alive and they're not going to tell anyone that they messed up.
No, that was like a hurt on their pride, basically.
Yeah, they're not going to tell anyone about that. They're going to cover this whole thing up. But if the party does kill them, that comes with consequences. Angry parents. And you do not want to mess with an angry mother, especially one that's a vampire.
Or a father that's hoping that their child will be like a vampire lord or go higher because, pushing failed dreams onto your kids.
Yes. Yeah, you definitely don't want to mess with that person because you just stole everything from them.
Yeah, stole his heir and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're toast at that point. That is like a centuries-long grudge right there.
Yeah, that would be an interesting, just like follow-up thing. Mm-hmm. If that ever happens.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much solid.
That is.
I say that wraps that up. If you guys listening to this decide to put this quest into your campaign, let us know how much they screwed up or anything like that. Tell us what happened on Twitter at QuestBoardPod. And if you have your own job posting suggestion, again, send us a tweet at QuestBoardPod on Twitter, and hopefully I will read them.
Aren't the people who make the tweets called twits?
I have no idea. Anyways, have a good night, everybody.
And happy questing.
Bye.